Man, and just seeing both of these guys together side by side, to me, they look amazing. But there's always some underlying issues with the third parties, and that's what we have to check out. Hey everyone, Super Saiyan Sanchez back here with another video. Today, bringing you guys the KW Studios Perfect Cell. We got 06A and 06B. We got all the accessories, the figures, along with the extra bonus. The the cell in his cocoon, that's the extra that it did come with the purchase. So let's go ahead and check them out. And this is the box for the perfect cell. I did want to go ahead and include all of them together because it's a lot of boxes to try to do a 360 of, and I know a lot of people like the boxes, including myself. So, and this is also the accessories that does come with cell. The boxes got a little beat up. They weren't as bad. I did go ahead and unpackage them, and my rabbits unfortunately got to them. So yeah, little nibbles in the box, but nothing wrong with the figure. And more accessories that does come with cell. We're gonna go ahead and get everything unboxed, so we'll go ahead and check that out in a second. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take a closer look here. All the accessories that KW0068 does come with. There's two different cells, as everyone does know. There's an anime version and there's a manga. So with this one, I want to go ahead and do it different. Instead of us going through each individual part that it does come with, I just want to take a closer look all together, because trying to go through each piece would take forever. So all right, and he does come with a lot of heads, along with a lot of hands, Kamehameha effects, some extra pegs that he does come with. Like I said, I want to do this a little different because the other way would have took forever. Extra hands, the crossed arms. He does come with his little tail where he is bringing out the Cell Juniors. The part when he had got attacked by Gohan, and all these hands. Of course, they have the hands where he's about to do he's about to go to blow up the planet, but of course Goku saves the day. And there's just so much here, and I wanted to show you guys real quick. And this is KW006B, and this is the manga version of the cell. Looks pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get a closer look at all the parts so you guys can check them out. All right, like I said, I want to go ahead and put a closer look instead of going through each part individually, which would take forever. He does come with basically the same exact thing as 00A, the anime version. Like I said, this was the manga version, and you could tell that because of the blue, if anyone didn't know. He does come with a lot of cool accessories, but like I said, basically the same thing. The Kamehameha, the hands, the faces, the broken parts when he is fighting Gohan. Yeah. And this is a 360 of the KW006A. This is the anime version of Cell. Overall, looking at him, I feel like he isn't He looks cool, but just something about him, it doesn't pop how the manga version does. So he still looks cool, like I said, but I'll go ahead and show you the next one. You guys let me know what you guys think. And this is KW006B. This is the manga version, and I have to say that I feel like this one pops a lot more than the anime version does. That could just be me, but that's my personal opinion, but he looks cool nonetheless. And yeah, let's go ahead and check them out. All right, I wanted to go ahead and put both of these guys side by side so you guys can see them. To me, I feel like the manga pops a lot more, and the anime, it's cool, but I feel like it should be a little, I don't know, something about it looks off. This is just my opinion. What do you guys think? Do you guys feel like it, what do you guys think of it, like overall, just looking at them right away? To me, the manga pops more, but I don't know. Let's go ahead and look at them a little closer so you guys can see what I mean. Man, seeing these guys side by side, they look amazing. And the problem with third parties is there's always underlying issues. So that's the only thing we got to get into right now. All right, and first off, I can already see some issues. Right here, you can see that his faceplate continues to slide down, and I have to pick it up just a bit. I've already done it once, and something I don't like. I don't know why they didn't make the peg holes maybe just a little more fitted, but yeah. Yeah, but looking at these guys, it's just, I see what KW was trying to do. They tried to show off, they announced these figures, and once they announced them, they tried to get the feedback of the community, the Dragon Ball community, to see if they would want them to release them, since Tamashii hasn't released a perfect cell since 2012. The original cell came out in 2012, and they kept releasing them the premium color and just making them an exclusive. So I feel like there's so many, and there's an event exclusive, there's a premium color edition. I've had the premium color and I've had the OG. I've never had the event exclusive, but just seeing these guys, like, I respect KW for trying this, but I kind of feel like they have a lot of issues with the figures. So let's go ahead and look closer at the anime version. All right, and looking at him, something, like I said, something about his the way he looks pretty cool, like how the anime version does look. And I believe the one I have is the manga. I know the event exclusive is probably similar to that one, but seeing what they try to do here was, like I said, pretty cool. I was messing with the figure, swapping the head out. Let me go ahead and show you guys the head up close. And this is the extra head that he does come with. This is how KW Studios, or like every other third-party studio, gets out of getting shut down. Of course, they don't use the original face, but the original head, so they don't, of course, the licensing issue. But to me, this looks pretty cool. Let me go ahead and zoom in on the head so you guys can see it a little more. I think this looks amazing, honestly. This is something that I believe we did see in, I believe it was a mock-up, or I don't believe they used this in an anime. I don't know if they ever thought about that, but all I know is this looks pretty cool, like a human face of Cell. And I wish that the anime did use this. It'd be pretty cool just to see this, but yeah. And just wanted you guys to see a closer look of how I can see him. You guys can see the little metal. I don't want to zoom in because I don't want to, you guys can miss that, but there's a lot of little parts that when you hold this guy in your hand, he does feel cheap. He doesn't feel like a premium figure. I believe KW canceled the release because of, I believe they canceled the release because of Tamashii getting involved, I believe. I don't know if it was they didn't like them releasing it, or I know that KW got trashed. A lot of people didn't like what they were doing. I like that they were actually talking to the community with updates, which was pretty cool. I kept seeing stuff all over Facebook, and they couldn't get the faces right, which I definitely have to agree with. Let's go ahead and zoom in, and you guys can see that face, and I don't like that. Just me personally, I just think it could have been better. Like I told you guys before, the faceplate is continuously falling off, which is annoying. I feel like a figure shouldn't have to do that. But this is a figure that is third party, so that's what comes with the territory. So just seeing him overall, his wings do feel like they're about to fall off. I think if I put some pressure, oh, there it is. I put some pressure, this happens, and that's something you don't want to see. It's pretty simple to pop it back in. You can see the tail. I just don't like that it's so easily coming off. That doesn't even happen in SH Figuarts version. Of course, KW isn't, you know, SH Figuarts, so I can't isn't to machination, so I can't blame them, you know, like it's a third-party studio. So, and the way you would one thing I didn't like, I was swapping the heads for the 360 rotation. You can pop off the head, and this is the peg, and you remove the actual neck, and this is what happens. I don't like that. I personally think that looks kind of, you know, you can see the inside of him. You can see the glue there, and it's just something, you know, like I said, we know that it got canceled, and then KW just came out and released it. I ended up getting mine off Mercari. I found the whole piece, all of the I found the whole set on Mercari, which was pretty cool. The guy did include everything, all the accessories, along with something I didn't know it had, and that was the cocoon for sale when he is a bug before he hatches. So that was pretty cool. I don't know, to me, right here, this is annoying. This is like kind of, you know, unnecessary for a figure. And look what happened. I just went ahead and popped it in, and the faceplate came off. Yeah, that's just something that shouldn't be happening. But, you know, like I said, it comes with the territory of owning a third-party figure. Let's go ahead and take a look at, let me go ahead and zoom in on this for you guys. Let's go ahead and take a closer look here at the shoulder pads. Usually the one on the SH Figuarts, which I will show you, it does open. It is movable. This one is, but let me go ahead and show you guys real quick. This, to me, this is not like, look at this. This is poor quality. It sucks. But like I said, the figure was canceled, and you know, KW just try to make their money from all the stuff they produce. So I understand that too. But you know, I guess for anyone who bought the figure, you probably understand what I'm saying. All right, so let's go ahead and get into articulation, which is going to be kind of crazy. He can move he does have an ab crunch. Nothing crazy. Oh, he actually can bend a little more than I thought. All right, forward and back. Back you can't do as much because he does have his tail, his stinger. It's kind of hitting it, if you guys can see that. And he can lean forward pretty well. Let's go ahead and see his head. He can move his head up, side. 360 rotation. Like I say, you don't have to do all that. That's all extra. Maybe if you want to, you know. And there it is. His faceplate did pop out once again, which is really a nuisance. And he does have his 360 rotation. Well, he could do his 360 rotation on his arm. His elbow, he can bend it. His arm, his hand, he can rotate it 360. He can lift up his leg. He can bend it, which is pretty cool. It does. You can see all this little metal pieces in here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's kind of, you know, ugly, but it is what it is. He can move his, he can rotate his, the bottom, which is it's separate. You can move it just a bit, which is pretty cool. And you can move the bottom of his foot, and he does have his toe hinge. All right, and he can open his legs pretty good. I don't want to risk snapping something, so that's probably as far as I'm gonna go. And like I said, you can see his tail, and along with his wings, they can move side to side. Like I said, they're easily able to fall off because probably the damaged wings that he does come with. So yeah. All right, and his once again, his faceplate is falling out, so we got to push it in. All right, let's go ahead and take a closer look at all the accessories. His crossed arms look way better and way detailed than the actual the manga version that I have, his first release, sorry. And what attracted me to the figure was all the little extra stuff that he did come with, and I'm pretty sure everyone felt the same. Everyone talks about the Dragon Stars cell to compare this to. I don't own the Dragon Stars. I'm not a big fan of Dragon Stars. Just me. I prefer the SH Figuarts version. But this still looks pretty cool. Like I said, the idea of the figure looks cool. The execution is definitely a failure. I don't like some of the stuff that it does have. It feels cheap as hell. I'm not a big fan of that. The weight shouldn't be this loose, but with third-party figures, this happens. You can't expect quality from, you know, even Tamashii has problems with their figures, so I can't even just blame that. I think it's who's ever producing them. You know, it depends on where you get your Figuarts from. If they're made in Japan, if they're made in Vietnam, there's always issues, you know. So yeah, like these look pretty cool. Let me go zoom in on the face. The idea of this was pretty cool. The face looks horrendous in my opinion. Like, it's just not what it looks like. But I don't believe Tamashi's ever going to give us any of this. So, you know, maybe they might just, you know, put it out of the park and surprise us. But, and he comes with all these parts, you know, all the bloody parts where he does get blasted by Gohan, and basically Gohan defeats him. You know, like I said, look at the wings. This looks pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and put this together for you guys. I wanted to go ahead and show you the manual, guys, before I go ahead and put this together. This is pretty cool. I do like that they included this for anyone who's trying to do it right now for yourself. Just be very careful. That's the only thing. The only issue with third-party figures, they always have problems, and it does say to preheat joints with hair dryer before changing the damaged part. So there it is. All right, and we're back, and that was a lot harder than I expected. The figure is, I don't know, it's really cheap. There's a lot of parts that happened. There's some stuff I found. I ended up breaking something, but I don't think I actually broke it. It looked like it was kind of super glued in his bottom half. Like, it was, I don't know what was going on there, but there was some cheap stuff there. And this part of his leg where he is, it's being held, I can just pull it off and it falls right off. The peg is impossible. Like, it kind of sucks, but I'm glad I was able to do this, and I think it looks amazing. It looks straight out of the anime. Like I said, like, I feel like KW Studios, even though this isn't the perfect figure, I would like to have this in my display case. The faces could be a lot better, but it's still cool. I still find that they were able to add and include all this stuff. So I gotta say that's a all right. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the Cell Jr. when he pops out. It's just pretty easy. You just lift up the wings, wiggle it, just put a little force on there, and you should be able to pull it out. It's on a peg, so, which is pretty cool. Just pop it in, line it up with the peg, and there he is. I feel like all you probably would have to just have Cell just standing there, just showing him, like, release his children, I guess. So yeah, I actually have the Cell Juniors, the KW Studios. If anyone didn't see that review, check it out. I'll include that in some of the poses in a bit. Able to get the arms in. I won't lie, like, this is really hard. You definitely need a hair dryer and some pliers, definitely for this figure. Trying to get the arm in was kind of impossible, but I did get it in, thank God. So it's kind of it's kind of coming off right here on this end, which kind of sucks, but I'm not really sure. You really got to push it, not a lot, you know, but I was able to get it. So, and this is the extra piece that he does come with if you did order I guess the bundle of all the accessories. I guess this came in free, or maybe you paid a little extra, but it also comes with a Gohan head as well. I did get this on the aftermarket on Mercari. I paid about 200 bucks for everything. Still pretty cool. The only thing this guy does is just move his head left and right. I don't have the SH Figuarts one. I actually want to get that one. I think it's like 35 to maybe 50 bucks. It's not that bad. And decided to bring Gohan in so we can see him with the extra face, the alternate face. When Gohan is losing control, if anyone has seen the anime, he loses control, and there it is. Looks pretty cool. I actually like the way it looks. I'm gonna go ahead and put his head on. Yeah, and that looks great. Him powering up, losing control after Android 16. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring something in. Let me back up the camera. There's no, it wouldn't be a review without bringing this guy in. We're bringing the cell. This is the cell, the original cell that was released, SH Figuarts. And I want to put them side by side next to this KW Studios. And there's no comparison. Like, body-wise, this guy is huge. He makes a difference, and you can see that this cell lacks in everything. He's too skinny. Tamashii needs to go ahead and give us an updated version of this cell, which I'm hoping they do. I would love to really see something like that, but yeah, I don't have I used to have the premium color edition. I don't have it anymore, and that was the manga one, and this one is, I'm sorry, that was the anime one, and this one is the event exclusive, which I don't have. For of course, the cell, the perfect cell, the SH Figuarts. I wish I had it so we can give you guys a comparison, but you guys can see it's the same exact figure. SH Figuarts, all I did was a repaint, which kind of sucks, but I'm hoping they give us an updated mold and we can see, you know, what this can look like. To me, this is a potential right here. This is showing you what KW Studios failed at, and maybe, you know, Tamashii can take a lesson and like, hey, let's give everyone what they want. They want something with a lot of accessories. So yeah. All right, guys, and after all those great poses, there was a lot of cool stuff we were able to pull off, and there's some things that kind of bothered me, like I said before when you guys were watching everything, just the removal of the arms and how hard it is to put on some of the crossed arms. There's a lot of problems with the figure. The figure, when it was announced by KW, like I said before, it looked amazing. It looked pretty cool. It looked like, oh wow, something different, a perfect cell that we all want, bulky. He looked cool, but he came out a lot more wonkier than, you know, I would want him to be. And for that, I still think he's a good figure to have in your collection if you're a cell, if you want to have all the poses, like I said, and all the stuff you can do with it. I think if someone is a customizer, you can improve this figure way better than what it is. The paint apps on the figure have a lot of problems. They rushed this and everyone thought it was canceled until they put it up and it went up for pre-order and it sold out. I personally think that I'm going to keep them in my collection. I'm going to like the display. It's going to help me out for my Cell Saga display, and I think it's going to look pretty cool. Personally, I feel like it shouldn't have been rushed, but I understand KW Studios had their reasons, and I still got the figure and I really wanted to have a review of the figure. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give this figure a solid 6 out of 10. I feel like that's being generous. Like I said, a lot of things of the figure, which Gohan battling him, the extra parts that you might have to pay a little extra, it's pretty cool. And the faces obviously suck. They don't have, you know, the faces are horrible. There's a lot of issues, like I said, but I feel like that number is well enough to keep in your collection. So if anyone does have this figure, let me know what you thought of the review. If you don't have the figure, do you plan on grabbing him after this review? I feel like he's decent. A lot of problems, but if you're a customizer, you want to keep them in your display case with all the stuff, the accessories. That's what everyone's really going for, the accessories, honestly. So shout out to everyone for watching. We just reached 700 subscribers, so thank you guys for watching and hitting that like button. Super Saiyan Sanchez out.